Hi! Today I'm going to review One by Sarah Crossan. I requested this review copy from Bloomsbury. First of all, obviously this cover looks beautiful. I showed it in a book haul recently. There was one thing about it that really intrigued me, and that's the fact that it's written in free verse. One is the first book that I've ever read by Sarah Crossan. I think I saw her talk at Young Adult LitCon actually, and after reading One I'm definitely interested in checking out some of her other books. Basically this book is about conjoined twins. They're called Grace and Tippy. They're in a family situation where there are a couple of issues. Their sister doesn't quite get the attention that she deserves. Their mom is busy working a lot because their dad got laid off, and their dad has sort of given up hope of finding a job and is doing quite a lot of drinking. Plus they have huge medical bills that are not exactly helping the situation out. They've always been homeschooled, but because of this situation, they're gonna have to go to a public school for the first time. And this is about Grace and Tippy trying to find friends, fitting in school, having their first crush, sort of trying to rebel a bit, but also trying to be involved with the family and working at the situation because they feel like a lot of what's happening to the family is sort of their fault. It is a sort of really beautiful, also quite sad story. You might be getting the tissues out at some point. So my reading experience of this is I took it on the train when I went to the Cheltenham Literary Festival. I took it out on the way back and read this cover to cover in 2 hours and was just absolutely amazed. I was sitting across from this really rude guy who kept taking up all the space, and I was just getting really annoyed, and I started reading this book and immediately just forgot about everything else. And I think the first page sets a really good tone for what it's going to be like. It's also the text that is on the back. And the first page is a sort of poem called Sisters. Here we are, and we are living. Isn't that amazing? How we manage to be at all. In case you don't know what free verse is, it's basically poetry that doesn't necessarily have to rhyme, and it doesn't have any rules about the stress of the sentences or how long they should be. So the pages sort of look like this. They're just like long poems. There aren't really chapters. It's split up into months and then it's split up into the different poems, but it just reads like one continuous story. Free verse really gives you the opportunity to put the emphasis on certain words. I just want to read more like free verse fiction. I think this book is also really good for sort of trying to imagine people more complexly. Obviously, it has a very similar theme to The Fault in Our Stars. Some people might be ill or disabled, but it doesn't mean that they can't live a full life, and that it's such a mistake to see people as other. So that is kind of all I have to say about One by Sarah Crossan. I could highly recommend it. And if you want to keep up with what I'm reading, you can follow me on Goodreads at goodreads.com/booksandquills. I always do live updates of what I'm reading at the moment, and you can see everything I've read in the past. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you guys later. Doei!